Good morning, or afternoon, or night, wherever you are. This is the last video, I guess. I guess something went wrong. Sorry that you cannot comment. I'll make sure you do a commenter in this one. And yeah, I don't know why it didn't get titled either. So something went wrong with that. But yeah, last off in the video, I said that I would have like if they were on teams, and if I was right, the teams. Oh, actually, let me check that out real quick. Okay, so I figured out what it was. So I'm gonna do the defense stage first, cause Deku/Asta's group is gonna be defense first. Okay, but for you guys, I'm gonna make this an hour-long video. I think I could at least. I don't know how long I could record this. If it could tell, I'm very sorry. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could do an hour-long video. So, hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm gonna stay on YouTube for a little bit, just in case I forget the teams. So, so in the last video, I said that the teams were pretty much everyone else, except for the people that were with Deku. So this would be Mina, Finrod, Vanessa, Luck, Magma, Charmy, Kendo, Shinso, Suyu, and I'm forgetting one more person. Hold on. So is that all in Black Bulls? Let me check again. I'm sorry that I keep pausing this. Okay, I'm back. So the that team that's on us is gonna have a difficult time, kind of. Oh, and I did change the name. For some reason, I still cannot put For some reason, I still can't put comments on. I don't know why I couldn't fix that. If you guys can tell me, please do. Because, like, I have my draft and everything, and I put it's not made for kids, for stuff and like that. But it still won't let me have comments, so if you guys don't have to do that, please tell me. So, yeah. So, in the last video, I said the rest of the Black Bulls were going to go to, the Rockets team, but I looked at how many kids were in each class, and they're pretty much going against like 50 kids, right? Plus, cause they got extra, so no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do like let's say about 10 against like 45. So yeah, so the people that are on this team so I had Vanessa, Finrold, Kendo, Shinso, Mina. Also, who else is going to be on that team is going to be Magma, Luck, Charmy, and Froppy. Hopefully on this one you can comment on videos. So yeah, I need to know what the ship is. Oh, and Noel. Yeah, Noel. So yeah, it's pretty much what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 against like 30 kids. So yeah. Now I got what I wanted from this. Now I don't really need my YouTube head. Here we go. So yeah, let's say like they had a Pacific building, kind of looks like a castle, I guess. Yeah, let's just say it looks like a castle. The heroes have a base set out outside of it, and let's say that they're like getting ready Vanessa has a string all over the place, right? Let's say that Froppy brought in traps with her stomach thing, so she put down some traps after spinning them out. And let's say that Mina put down a little, like, had an acid bucket, like a bucket that was made for acid, and put it in different areas, and had multiple and put them in different areas. So if someone trips on it, they're gonna get burned, and it's not like really high leveled acid. Noel's gonna be attacking. Shinso's done his practice with Azawa. Right? So yeah. Kendo's gonna be like, let's say that Noel, Charmy, Mina, and Vanessa are always like right beside Deku. But Froppy's always right beside Fenrold because they're dating, right? And all the boys notice that, and so does Froppy, and they're like, oh god, please don't, like, be difficult for our team, you know? So yeah. They're getting ready and stuff. And, sorry, I have to keep checking on her because something bad happened. Someone passed away for her, so gotta make sure she's okay. You know? Good friends. So yeah. And let's say that I'm trying to see who else could, like, let's say that Magma could actually place traps with his fire, right? Like, it could be like you just fall through or something. Let's just say that there's different spots in the whole ground that they just made a hole and covered it back up. So yeah. I'm trying to think of a picture that I could use. Let's say that they're all wearing this. Like this. Like with the robe. Hold up, I gotta check again. Okay, so yeah. Say like they're all wearing this. And let's say that Harigiri, right? The one that's invisible is spying on them. Like, she's going in time to time, try to see what they did. But she never saw them place traps down because they used Asta's ability to get it done faster. So Asta's kind of tired. So Deku slash Asta. Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much just call it Deku Asta. So yeah, pretty much Asta's kind of tired. He's just sitting on, just sitting down next to the objective. And let's say the objective is a dummy. Yeah, it's just a dummy. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. And the heroes have to save the dummy. Obviously, Asta right now, like, Asta's team's the villain. So yeah. Let's say Harigiri got one of the lines. So they all rush towards it because let's say the line traps them right there for, let's say, 1 minute, right? So she's stuck. She can't move, and boom, Asta's right there. He sees where the rope is, and then he says, "Here, Gary, please put some clothes on," right? Because he's looking up. He doesn't want to be rude. And when everyone else got there, the boys were confused where they weren't. They saw him turn around, right? And then they see Harigiri's foot tied up, so they all turn around. And Froppy opposed Finral and said, "Pervert." And he was like, "What? That's not fair, though." They get her dressed and everything, then they put her in a cell, let's say. Right? And let's say that they let her go, and they said why? Because let's say that Asta said let him go, and she doesn't know anything. We don't need her for right now. We'll use her later when she comes back, because they already know that she's gonna come back. So yeah. But let's say that one of them had like a tracker device, so they know where the camp is now. So they could attack the camp if they wanted to, really. And let's say after she left, like they made sure she left, they put more wires down or string down, and then yeah, it was the night for this. Like let's say it was like half of the day now. It's lunch type time. They're eating, and then they're just eating, really. The other team, let's switch over to the other team. Let's say that the real leader on their other team, pretty much, that's acting like a leader, is Momo, because Uraka and Todoroki and Ida are just making out over there, right? They don't really care about this, and the people that are watching are disgusted, right? So they're just paying attention to the leadership that Momo's doing. So people are getting them instead of Todoroki and Ida and them, right? Like, not even Ida's brother wants Ida. Endeavor still takes his son. Uraka is gonna just have some random hero, probably. Right, and then after they're done making out with their session, Uraka starts taking charge. She's like, okay, let's go attack real quick. Right, let's see what they got for defense. It'll be the best way. And Momo disagrees that we should send out Hiragiri again to see where their traps are. Because she already fell into one, and that's we already identified. It's a string type trap. It gets you stuck for 1 minute. After your little makeout session you're doing. Right, and she's like, okay, so what? Right, so they're just arguing. And let's say that some people went to go actually attack, and they came back bruised and the little scratches on them and burned. Right, and they're like, what happened? And let's say one of them was shocked by luck. He's like, they're powerful. And one was like, why did you attack? I told you we're not attacking yet. And they said, I know. We went to go check if Hiragiri was okay. She took a while. And then we ran into them. And that boy, that Asta or Deku boy, whatever his name was, when Bakugo hears this, he turns around and says, keep going. His form he's a devil. And they're all confused, like, what do you mean he's a devil? Because some of the people haven't seen it. And one of them took a video of it, and they just showed them Asta turning into his form and charging at them, while Finrald's making portals and everything for everyone to catch up with them. Because let's say that one of them had a fast quirk, so they picked him up and started bolting for it. But Luck was like right beside them, while Asta was ahead of them, waiting for them. And Luck shocked one of them, so yeah. And they found Hiragiri outside the doors right then and there. I guess they just let her go, I guess. And everyone is truly scared now about Asta. Like, everyone's truly scared. Even Todoroki, Ida, everyone is, except for Bakugo. He's like, okay, I'm wondering if this will work, right? He says that with a little, like, scaredness in his voice. And Tokiomi's like, are you thinking that his demon form's effective to fire? He's like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like yours, you know what I mean? Right, and they're just having, like, a brief session of what his weaknesses could be. And let's say that in this world, Charmy's food's gonna boost, not mana, but it's gonna boost their quirk ability for 5 hours. Right, so they've been eating the food, and it doesn't really get them fat or anything, it just boosts their quirks. For Asta, it boosts how long he can use his demon form, so if he doesn't use it right now, he could probably use it up for 1 whole day now. because how much he's just been storing that food. Let's say that Asta said that, okay, everyone needs to keep at least like some food on them at all times, and they're like, why? And they're like, Charmy's food can boost your quirks. So if you're in a battle that you need some boosting, take a bite and just hide for 5 seconds real quick. Just dodge for 5 seconds or something. For 5 seconds and boom, you're gonna have a boost for, how long was it? And she said 30 minutes. So everyone's shocked by this 30 minutes. That's good. What about you? Because you're gonna need it the most. He's like, right now I've already been storing a lot. So right now I could probably use my whole entire demon form for 5 days. And then he pulls out his Kintan. Then he starts, let's say that he has his book. His book can't really use anything as a weapon, and like it'll make it anti. So let's say that he said, Mina, put your hand in here. He's like, Mina, here's some gloves. And she's like, what are these for? He's like, here are acid if it touches someone, right? But it doesn't burn them. You could use one hand for at burning and this one to nullify their quirk for 5 seconds. For 5 seconds, that's a pretty long time, you know. No, let's say like Azawa's time. Like, you know how he erases your quirk, then he blinks? Yeah, it's gonna be like that. And everyone's shocked by this, like, it's gonna nullify our quirks for that long. It's like, yeah, so do as much damage as you need to. But make sure you're safe from the muscular guys. If there's a muscular, try to retreat from them, got it? Okay. Right, so they're just making plans and boom, they hear a loud bang. Because let's say Momo made a cannon and hit the wall. Everyone's like, okay, a little excitement now. And let's say 20 people start charging in. No, let's say they all start charging in. And let's say that the most valuable ones are more in the back more. So Momo, Todoroki, Ida, Uraka, Bakugo, and Tokiyami. And Monoma, right? Those 7 are in the back more. Or more in the back. And everyone else is just charging in. Kirishima, Tetu, going through, trying to see where the hostage is. And let's say the hostage out of the castle area, right? Because it's like a whole entire village in like a castle. So they're checking every house, right? Trying to bombard it, go through it, see if they find anything. Boom, acid hits on Tetsu. He starts burning a little. He's like, okay, I'm going to head back for real quick to get healed up. Because let's say Recovery Girls is just there just to heal them. Alright, he's like, okay. And let's say almost everyone instantly gets trapped by string, right? Because they had like a little, let's say like 5 people got burned by acid because where they broke through, there's acid. And some of the buckets fell down when that wall exploded, so they didn't get burned, but only 5 people did. And then like, let's say 6 people got captured by it, and everyone just shocked at how planned it was, and they just were careful going through. Let's say that Magma used a fire, like his baseball, and used fire and started hitting them with the fireballs. Just kept hitting and hitting and hitting. Then he was tired from using his quirk. He just took one bite of, like, let's say a turkey leg, because he's far. He's not close. He takes one bite of the turkey leg and then after 5 seconds, boom, he could use his quirk again. Still bombarding, and they're all confused, like, oh no, how is this going on? And let's say at this moment, Suyu and Finrold are getting around to see what what they're planning, because they have plans, they think, at their base. So they go in, and they see, let's say, 10 people guarding it, right? They take let's say it's Mineta, yeah, Mineta and Shiro, yeah, tape guy. Let's say that they just take out Mineta real quick, and Shiro, they just knock him out real quickly. Because Shiro could get away, so they thought that was going to be a problem. So they got that done, and they see what the plans were, and they were actually pretty decent, and they were shocked that it was from Araka, but then he's like, dang it, Momo's gonna be mad now because I let you guys see your plans, and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And they say, oh, so Rocket didn't make them. He's like, no, of course not. No, sorry about that. So yeah, they're like, oh, I guess that actually makes a lot more sense. Right, so they're just laughing about it, talking to the enemy team, and then they're like, okay, we gotta go. Good luck later. Right, and don't tell, or we'll get you later again. Right, they actually no, they didn't have like a little conversation, because I just noticed they knocked him out. You're like, okay, boom, let's go. Right, they dip, and let's say Momo came back, because let's say they all came back and they saw Momo, and Momo saw Finrolled and so you dip out of a portal, and they're like, dang it. They got the plan, didn't they? They run over to not Tetsu, Mineta. Well, they didn't run over to Mineta. Heck no. They ran over to Shiro and made sure he's okay, and I guess they just kicked Mineta to see if he was alive still. And yeah, they show Asta / Deku, don't give a fuck. They show Deku, right, and he's like, okay, this is a very strange plan, though. Let's say their plan was bombard, take out the first defense, then the next day they still didn't have, like, they already knew what they were going to do for the next day, right, and everyone thought that Deku was going to come out, but they didn't, so they think that he's saving up his demon form, because they think that they can't use it forever, but they were very confused how much Magma trained, but Magma trained like a lot, but not enough for, like, he sent off, like, let's say 2,000 fireballs at them. Like, his limit is 1,000 just firing. Then he has to take like a 30-minute break, you know? So yeah. He's like, thanks, Charmy, your food came in handy. She's like, oh, thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna keep working, right? And let's say that I'm gonna do this for fun, for later on. Let's say that Mina's out there filling up acid with buckets, right? And let's say that she gets attacked, and they were watching Mina just in case. Like, she was getting jumped by Todoroki. Yeah, let's say that she got jumped by Todoroki, because he was just gonna take her out real quick, right? And then he says, "Charmy now," and they bounced off, and boom, instantly got out a katana and right to his neck. While Luck and Magma were right beside him Magma had a fire baseball bat, and Luck had his hand electrifying, ready to kill him. Like, they didn't care if this was just for a sports festival. They were ready to kill. And they're like, retreat or you'll die. And everyone hears this, and they just get a chilling vibe, right? And let's say Momo had him have like a hearing thing, and they just hear that. They just get chills down their spine. Everyone on their team heard that too, because they had it on speakers. He's like, what if I don't? Simple. And then you could just hear the form transform. I'll knock your ass all the way back to your base. I know where it is. I had spies go there and steal plans, buddy. So what's your plan? Todoroki doesn't use his fire or ice, starts walking out. And let's say that Deku escorts him there, and then everyone sees what his form is. They just see this. Hold up, let me get to it. They just see this. I don't know what the hell. Get your fucking typing off. Where is it? Here. They just saw this. And that wasn't even his true form yet. Because I'm gonna have him have another form of his devil form. his second form's gonna be like this, like it's like this more, and then his third form's gonna have that wing, right? So yeah, and let's say Noel actually for a trap has like sea water like all over, so like different water areas, so her power is more stronger. Okay, 25 minutes. Okay, nice. Right, so yeah. So that was day one of it. They wake up really early. Like Asta wakes up early, and let's say they all slept in the exact same room, just in case, right? I mean, let's say all the girls were near Deku except for Froppy was just sleeping with Finrod, right? I guess I'm making Finrod have a girlfriend because my man deserves one for how well he's been now in the show. Like, he deserves it, man. So, yeah. And he's, like, blushing about it. He's like, oh, okay. What's the ship, guys? I need to know what the ship is. Right? So, yeah. He's like, okay. Oh, God. So, yeah. That happened. And let's say that Shiraki's just watching this, and he's like, okay. There's some kids that I should be concerned about. Right, and he's just watching. Mostly he's just, like, he doesn't really pay attention to Asa's team. He's paying attention to Momo and them for their leadership, and he's like, and Bakugo, he's still, no, let's just say he has his eye on Bakugo more than anyone. He's like, I like that one a lot. Like, he wasn't on when they saw Asta say anything. Like, yeah. You just seen Bakugo. That's it. Right. And let's say Bakugo is like second in command. Like, fourth in command or something like that. 7 commanders is like the fourth. Mom was like second. Rock has to be first, of course. Third would be Rock Todoroki. Fifth would be Tinya. Sixth would be Tokiyami. And seventh would be Monoma. And Monoma is thinking, wait, maybe his quirk, maybe he tells them about his quirk. And he's like, maybe I can copy it. And they're like, yeah, you probably could. It's a good quirk, probably you could, but you're gonna have to quickly, like, he's like, and then after I copy it, I already know how to use it at its full potential, So yeah. But okay, there we go. Got that yawn out finally. But yeah, like, let's say that Deku wakes up and sees some people trying to get through, and it's gonna be Soji, Hagire, and Tokiyami, one of the captains. And he takes out Soji real quick because he knows that he could sound off alarm quickly. He takes out Hagire, and then he starts fighting off Tokiyami. Tokiyami's based off his new form, has that armor like Dark Shadows on him now, like that. Like, now Tokiyami is fighting him, right? With that, he's like blocking the slices, but then Deku just had enough, took a bite of something, and boom, he just felt the aura of Deku, how serious he is, and he just puts his sword away and punches him, and sending him back to the base. And everyone sees this, how far he was flying, and boom, he hit a tree, knocked out. Recovery girl kissed him, made him like recover from that hit because it was a pretty strong hit. And he was just watching over that wall. Like, they all just see Deku, and they just felt the aura. Like, they thought he was like a kid, honestly. So, yeah. Hold on. Yes. The thing was in my eye. So, yeah. And let's say everyone else woke up because of that. The girls were like, "Oh God, we're sleeping right next to Deku." They're all blushing. Let's say Noelle got dressed first and headed towards Deku, and yeah, and like they're just talking, hanging out, getting ready for stuff. Cause let's say Noelle was second in command, Mina was third. Mina was like all pissed that she got third in command, and Noelle got second, right? Finrod got what, third, and yeah, just they only had 3 commanders. All right, hold on. Also first, Noelle. Okay, 4 commanders. Yeah, I knew I had like a wrong number for something. So yeah, the habit. And let's say that Monoma was in there trying to see what they were doing, and they just see them having fun, like they're just playing a board game, waiting for them attacking. And then then he says, "Okay, Luck, you could do it now, right?" And he's like, "Oh, finally." And like he just blitzes over towards Monoma, takes him out, drops him easily, right? And he's like, "Okay, what do you want?" And right, and Monoma like taps his skin and says, "Your quirk is mine." But then he notices he can't use it. He's like, "Did I draw a blank?" He's like, "Huh, only my team knows my secret." Right? And then he's like, "Secret," and then boom, punches him right in the stomach, breaking the building wall and sending him right back at the building. Let's say that Momo caught him with like a humongous pillow, right? And she's like, "What happened?" He's like, "There's a secret to his quirk," he just said, right? And everyone heard this. They're all shocked, like, there's another secret, right? And like, they're like, "Oh God, no, 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 no!" Like they resaw. And then what happened? Then he punched me in my stomach and sent me flying. He's like, "Oh, come on." Let's say Charmy's working on food again, right? Trying to get drinks just in case. Like, she's making drinks for when they're out there. They could drink and keep fighting, and then boom, that boost comes out of nowhere. Right, so yeah. Hold on, my eye. God damn it, dude. My fucking eye. Sorry about that. So yeah. And like they're all scared. Like, is he really that confident? Some people no. Some of the boys and girls are thinking, okay, now they're just being cocky, right? And they tell Momo that we should go on their attack now. This is our second day. We could probably get rid of their traps real quick if you use your cannon all over the place now, right? And then they're like, okay. And let's say Hikari actually spotted the hostage slash dummy, right? No, let's just say the actual hostage was Midnight. They kept feeding her, just like, okay, here you go. Here's some food. Won't let her hang out with us. But if they're attacking, just go back to your podium area, right? It's like, yeah, gotcha. It's like, oh yeah, okay, right? And then when they were sleeping, she was just sleeping up there alone. She's like, damn it, I want to sleep with that kid again. She's like, no, not again. She's like, I just want to sleep with that kid. He's so nice. Probably warm, right? She's all weird, of course. Pretty much every girl I'm going to add into this is going to like him. But since you guys haven't given me a ship, nothing's going to happen yet. So yeah, please comment if the comments work this time. So yeah. So yeah. Hold on. So they're like, oh yeah, she says that that they're in the main area, like they're with the main room, where like, oh no, the main room that's where I got punched through, and like he saw a glimpse of Midnight just eating, right, and she just said bye bye to me, and all the people heard that and they're like, damn, she really thinks that team's gonna win. And she's not wrong. Really? You think they're gonna win? Come on. I need to get dressed soon, sadly. Huh. But yeah. What the fuck's on my phone? Oh, there we go. Let's just say, I want to change this. They're just, now let's say that Momo is like, okay, we'll attack now, right? And everyone's all hyped. Kirishima and Tetsu, you're gonna be in front, of course. You guys are our main armor, right? And they're like, what about the acid though? That's such a fucking lie. Right? And the Momo's like, here, everyone put on these. She made like 50 things that block acid. Like clothes that could block acid. And they're like, okay, thanks. And they're just going now. Like they're going through the traps, don't even block them. Because let's say that she took all the way to traps for something a bit better. Right? Because Deku suggested it. And boom. And then but all the like little villages are gone. Like they just see all that stuff was just went away. It was just clear. They're all confused, right? The only thing that like their defense was acid. And let's say that the string, like half of it went around Midnight, and they have to extract Midnight out there, right? So yeah. And let's say that they put Asta, Kendo, all their abilities together finally, and they just see Asta, right? And they just see, and he just jumps down with Vanessa and all of them, and he says, "So you guys finally want to attack me, huh?" Right? And he's like, "Good." And he's like, "Okay, Kendo, Vanessa, Shinso, Finral, shall we get to work?" And he just says, "Magma." He just says, "Luck, go." Right? Like he was a attack dog, and boom, he's like, "Yes, sir." Went into his like electric demon form and it started going after everyone. He was on Tetsu, and Kirishima because he knew what his quirk was. Like, okay, this could be fun. He starts hitting them around, stuff. He took out like, let's say 5 of them, like knocked them out real quick. Oh, I need to eat also. God, I'm hungry. Right, and everyone just sees Luck going around trying to hit Kirishima and Tetsu. They already knocked out 5. Right, and then Noelle is like, what do you want me to do? He's like, oh, you? Do whatever you want. And she's like, because he was all close. He's like, darling, you can do whatever you want. Right? She's like, all blushing. It's like, okay. She went into her Valkyrie form and followed it right after Luck and started attacking everyone. Say 10 people got knocked out with her attacks and everything. And some people got pushed back, but they came back up, but they kept getting attacked. And then Magma's like, he's like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. He gets up top and starts swinging his baseball, protecting Midnight also. And Charmy's like, okay, everyone get back here. He's like, you two get back here. You two need to restore on your, you two are tired, probably get it back here for you can restore on your quirk, right? And they're like, restore your quirk? What do they mean? And then they say, oh, we got it. We already had some on us. They just take a bite of something. And boom, they're back at it again. Let's say that Noelle backs up because she got hit, right? And Deku saw that. He catches her. He's like, are you okay? And let's say that she had a scratch on him. He just taps her. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, and she's knows that she's getting held by Deku, right? Or got caught by Deku, so she's like, "Yeah, yeah," blushing and everything. So yeah, he's like, "Okay, that's it, Vanessa, let's go." Right? He pulls out, let's say, his big sword. Yeah, his big one, because he just wants to smack around some people, and then eventually he's gonna start hurting people that he really wants to hurt. Right? And boom, he's just getting teleported everywhere. When people are trying to hit him, boom, gets pulled back more. Like, because the string's all around him and everything. And let's say that someone, and Mina was just laying, just out there also, getting, spraying acid at everyone and using that nullified glove around, nullifying them, burning them. And let's say that 20 of them are out. 20 of them are knocked out, and if I was right, I said there's like about 50, so there's still 30 left. And they're like, this is tiring, right? And and Deku just had enough, so he just goes out into his really good devilish form, the form that you see here. Like when he pulled this out, his eyes went red, his skin turned into that, and he had that wing, the horn, and they just see the devil behind him. They actually think he is the devil, and they attack. Everyone forgets about Luck, Noel. Let's say they all retreated to get some food, right? Because they ran out of the store, and Magma is just up there still trying to help. He held back Magma. He says, "Wait, I'll tell you when to." Right? He's like, "Restore real quick." He's like, "Okay," and they're all up there with Magma watching him, and they are ready, and they don't even know what this form could do. And then boom, he bolted, took out 10 instantly, right? And let's say what's left is the 7 commanders, right? Only the 7, let's say he takes out everyone except for the 7 commanders. So, and everyone sees this, and they just jaw dropped. Everyone in the stands jaw dropped, and they're all like shocked about this, right? And they're all cheering, right? You could hear it. But they're all just shocked about it because how powerful this kid is. They're all scared too. Like if he went down on a villain path, what would even can All Might even beat him? Right? And they're all deciding about this because All Might could do that, right? In that, but he did it faster. He's like, maybe, who knows? No, and some people are like, no, obviously not. It's All Might, number one hero. He can't beat him, right? And let's say that they were able to choose a pro hero. They didn't choose All Might. They chose, let's say, Endeavor, and Endeavor just jumps down. They're like, oh, the number 2 hero. He could probably beat him, right? And let's say that Magma comes down also and blocks the fire and pushes it off for Deku. And everyone thinks, okay, he's immune to fire, right? Or he's not immune to fire, so that's his weakness. And let's say Todoroki also uses fire, right? And it was about to burn Magma on the side, but also pushes him out of the way and takes all the fire, and it's just a smoke of fire. Then let's say that also just clears the smoke out, and they just see him still in that form without a scratch. And they're like, okay, this kid's invincible, right? And Endeavor's like, okay, that's it. And he starts going at him. Like, he punches Deku. Deku doesn't care. He spits out some blood. He gets out his own fist and just punches him back, sending him towards Todoroki and all of them. And let's say that Monoma is like, okay, I can't do anything. Let's just still try to see if I could copy the other quirk, right? The other kid's quirk. He goes at it. Boom, knocks out by Magma and everyone else, because they all just used a range attack for him. And let's say that Asta goes to Momo. He's like, I really did not want to do this. And because he's whispering it in her ear, she's all blushing, right? And knocks her on the neck and goes to Tokiyami. And now they're throwing actual good hands, like, because Endeavor's also there. So he has to block 2 people and take out, and still fighting 2 people. Right, so he's blocking, gets hit, they get hit, right, and it's a pretty good fight. And everyone's shocked, like, he could stand up against the number 2 and all these people that were meant for commanders, right? And he's just fighting, going all at it. Then he finally gets hit, right? And he gets sent back a little. And let's say everyone jumps down and surrounds him to protect him. Let's say Noelle uses her Valkyrie armor again and water hoses, or just uses her water magic to on Endeavor and Todoroki to back them up, and everyone else just goes at everyone else. And let's say Bakugo takes out Kendo, takes out Kendo, and he sees that, like, he sees him on Kendo's face, like how he was in the anime when he fought Deku, and he was just mad how disrespectful he was for right there, and this happened. This just pissed him off. He told everyone to go back now. Like, he didn't even say that. His devil said that because he knows how mad he is. And he knows what the contract is. Or, like, he knows what the rule was. Don't get so mad or me and Austin will take over. And Austin's like, okay, he wasn't that bad about this, but we need to take it over for how disrespectful this kid was. And Devil's like, but the rules. He's like, but screw the rules. You see how disrespectful this is. And he looks, he's like, okay, fine. Boom, Fulton punches Bakugo, swings at him, keeps like hitting him. He's like doing a 1-2-3 combo in the air at him right now. He's pretty much asking the full deal on Popeyes, pretty much. It's just the thing I just said for some reason. He's just beating the shit out of him, going left, right, slashing at him. You know, like, he's not even using the flat sword, the dull sword. He's using the fucking katana on his ass. Right, so he's just beating the living shit out of him. He doesn't give a fuck. Right, and then let's say that Uraka touches him and starts making him float, but he doesn't give a fuck. He has a flying ability, and then she says release because she can't just hold him while he's flying, so it doesn't even matter, right? And let's say Ida kicks him, like Ida, Todoroki. Let's say the remaining commanders, so not Monoma, not Bakugo, not Mina, not Tokiyami, not Momo, just literally, let's see, the other it's just those 3, like, all attack him, boom, nothing, he takes them all out, and then boom, goes the end of that day. And let's say they got a 2-day, like, recovery, like, to get ready for their attack day, right? And let's say that when they're done with that, he lands and boom, he passes out. Everyone was all shocked about it. Like, he finally went out for that. And let's say everyone on his team rushed towards him. Even Midnight rushed. Like, and they're all wondering if he was okay. Right? Even Endeavor was knocked out, let's say. Yeah, Endeavor was knocked out. And everyone's, like, very scared of him if he went to a villain now. And let's say Shiraki's like, damn it, I missed it. I didn't even fucking see this kid, right? Because they just see him passed out. So they think, oh, he was the only one that got passed out. He was weak, right? But he was the only one that was on the field more of them, right? He's like, like, let's say that they all take him to the recovery girl. Everyone else goes to different healing heroes because they had to get multiple healing heroes for this, right? And remember, this is college. So when he woke up, he's like, okay, what happened? And let's go for drinks. And everyone's like, okay, he says, okay, let's just go out to eat. Right? Because they got permission and everything. And let's say that some of the other team just joined them. So, like, Hiroshima, Harugire joined them. She's like, thanks for actually letting me stay in more. Like, yeah. Right, they eat, and they just head back to the dorms. Let's say Rocket and Deku's, right, and she's naked, let's say, and she's like, come here, Deku, right? And he says, nope, and walks out, and he says, I'm sleeping in the living room, don't ask why, if if you do want to go into my room, you'll see. Everyone goes into her room, even Todoroki, Ida. They just see you rocking naked. And everyone was disgusted except for Ida and Todoroki, like, maybe in my room. And she's like, yeah, fine. And I go with, fine. Right? And yeah. And all the girls suggest that he could sleep in their room. He's like, sure, I guess. Right? And let's just say, he was, like, everyone was, all the girls were, like, saying, here, sleep in mine, no, sleep in mine, right? They're arguing about it, and he's like, I'll just sleep on the couch. He just watches some TV, turns it off, heads to bed. Everyone's just out there looking at him, like, dang, he's really exhausted, right? So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. Peace out. Thank you guys for joining, and yeah, I'll make sure the comments are on, and please comment on what the ship should be for this, and I'm still working on SAO. You guys need to tell me about the zombie apocalypse. Should I delete it or should I redo it? And Miles, and what if Deku had Miles' powers or Spider-Man's powers? It's gonna come out probably tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, peace out. Bye.